om verden. Og det, så vil der også, så vil der vil blandt andet være noget, der hedder The Normalier Center, University of Southern California. De har simpelthen studeret det her område i 16 år, og der er en researcher, der hedder Johanna Blackley, går jeg ud fra det udtales, som vil komme og fortælle om det. Jamen, jeg vil lige læse noget direkte fra teksten, hvor der står: Combining multiple media genres, anime, sci-fi, fantasy, role-playing games, and moving beyond the representation of linear time, Meta Heaven's Information Skies offers dreamlike speculation that questions the boundaries between sound and image, reality and fiction, factuality and technology, reflection and embodiment. Det bliver nødt til at læse op. Det lød meget, meget fint og sådan noget. Men jeg er sikker på, at det ikke kun er tomme ord og luft, at der nok er noget indhold i det. Det virker i hvert fald spændende. Og så igen, så er der også noget underholdning, der følger med den aften. Og det er sjovt nok et band, vi lige nævnte før. Det er igen Tropical Cumbia. Og de er ikke blevet dårligere siden sidst jeg præsenterede dem. Men jeg vil lade være med at fortælle mere om dem nu, for det har jeg brugt tid på en gang. Vi scroller videre. Det er så om aftenen den 30. Og på lørdag, næste lørdag. Og det her, det ved jeg ikke helt, jeg er ikke så god til spansk, jeg tror det er portugisisk faktisk også, men jeg tror det udtales forho bamba på operan, og forho det er sådan en måde at danse på, brasiliansk. Det er ikke noget, jeg ved noget om, og det kan også være, det er helt forkert, det jeg siger nu, men det var i hvert fald sådan, lige kunne google mig frem til. Tjek det ud, det er noget med nogle, der er simpelthen flot DJ's ind fra Brasilien og UK, så det virker til, at de tager det rimelig seriøst. Og så kører vi videre til den 3. april. Næste, det er en onsdag, og så har vi skiftet måneder og det hele. Og der er der på, hvad det hedder, Loppen, LA-baseret musiker Mike Kroll. Han kommer og spiller, og det er noget garage rock, og han skulle efter sigende rykke Loppen rundt. Grunden til det her, det sådan set fangede mit øje og sådan noget. Det var mere fordi, at backup-bandet, det hedder Death by Unga Bunga. De er fra Norge. Det, altså jeg ved ikke. Jeg går ud fra, at det kan næsten kun være et punkband, der hedder Death by Unga Bunga. Jeg kan se min kameramand, han synes i hvert fald også, at det er et godt navn. Hvis ikke I andre er med på den. Nå, ja, inden at det helt taber og rammerne bliver forløset, så må jeg sige, at på næste torsdag, ikke den her torsdag, men næste torsdag, der er der selvfølgelig altid koncert på Neverland, en teamkoncert indenfor. Og jamen, det var sådan set det for kalender for den her gang. Og så er det så nu, at vi vil gå over i studie 2 og sige hej til Natasha og OG Hostile. Tak for nu.
Welcome, welcome. It's OG Hostile in the house. So you're from Cali. What's your background story?
What's up? I'm OG Hostile, and you know, I'm from California, Orange County, and you know, I'm out here in Denmark now, and I'm doing music and everything, and it's a pleasure to be here right now.
Cool, nice. And what was your inspiration for the music to begin with?
Well, I mean, that would be a long story, you know. I grew up doing a lot of music and just listening to music, you know, in the early 90s, and you know, hip hop and you know, gangster rap and you know, new metal, like all the stuff that was out around then. And then, you know, I was always just getting like tapes and on my boombox and, you know, recording stuff late on night, you know, on Power 106. And, you know, LA's probably biggest hip hop radio station at the time. They used to play a lot of boom bap. So I was always collecting tapes and, you know, you start rapping and then you start freestyling. That led me into DJing. So I think from there on, I just had a, you know, a whole different perspective of music. So that got me into a lot of music as well, you know, from switching into DJing and stuff.
Yeah. So. Cool. And so you're in Denmark, of course, and why? I think people would like to know that.
Well, you know, I'm from California, so you know it's a big move. But you know, I met my wife in California, and you know, one thing led to another, and I was supposed to visit here for just a little bit and go back to California, but you know, Copenhagen sucked me in, you know, and you know, now I've been here for about 4 years, and you know, with music and everything, and you know, it just felt like a second home immediately since I've been here, which is pretty crazy because, you know, it is a lot of differences between California and Denmark, and, you know, but immediately I fell in love. So, you know, my wife, you know, really, really is the reason why I'm here, you know.
And you
Hi, baby.
recently got a little baby.
Yeah, I do. My little boy was just born about almost a year ago now, exactly, Jonathan, and, you know, he's a handful. And it's been an amazing journey, you know, because I can see that can't wait to pass down music to him, and just all the influences. I want to get him into music as well too at a super early age, which I feel like my dad did the same thing for me too. You know, he was always bumping Tupac, and all my family was just like, you know, banging out the stereo all the time, and, you know, from getting me drums, and he plays the drums really sick too. So I feel like, you know, I can't wait to give him influences of music as well too, you know.
It would be nice.
Yeah, definitely.
And so what are you doing right now in Denmark, music-wise?
Well, you know, I'm working with a lot of people. I work with a lot of artists. I produce a lot, and I work behind the scenes and making music for certain artists and stuff. And I DJing a lot, and, you know, I'm just, you know, going to be bringing out my clothing line, Sick Birds Clothing. See it here. So I think that I'm going to really be trying to, like, you know, do the arts and the music and everything, and clothing, and that's my whole...
And family, and
yeah,
all
family
together.
And everything, and that's my whole goal, is just to keep, you know, getting bigger with music, and, you know, from throwing a lot of shows to just performing at shows, and, you know, just really...
Just doing music.
Yeah,
doing
just really
music.
getting into it, you know?
Yeah, right.
I think so.
Cool. So, you have something for us today. Can you tell us something about it before you go and DJ?
Yeah, of course. I think that, you know, when you come from Los Angeles, and, you know, it's a big music scene, and you come to Denmark, things are a little bit different, but I always want to bring a little bit of what I, you know, grew up with, what I got influenced with, and just the whole different genres of scenes that I've been into, you know, I mean, from all kinds. So, you know, my sets really do represent that. But tonight it will definitely be, you know, a little bit of hybrid and more or less, you know, mixed up with some little bit of West electronics, some dub, and, you know, some trap influences. So something different, I think, that normally isn't probably played here a lot, but it should be no less pretty dope and stuff, you know.
Cool. Yeah. So we're in Christiania TV, of course. Is there something you would like to say about being here, about Christiania, like your association with
yeah,
the place?
Sure. I mean, first off, it's such a cool place. I mean, you know, I felt the vibes immediately. It's funny because as soon as I stepped off the plane, my wife took me straight here, just like dived right into it. It's crazy because it just feels like a home too in some ways, and at the same time, it's not, because, you know, it's so free and you don't really have to like sketch or anything. So I think that, you know, the openness of it, and, you know, the culture here, and the art, and, you know, all of that stuff, you know, the nug and everything, and just, you know, it's a free town, and I think that's cool because, you know, in today's times, you know, it's hard to find a place like that, you know, and you go into the rest places of Denmark, it's not so much like that. So to have this little area like Christiania inside the middle of Copenhagen is a pretty cool thing, you know. And I mean, the whole city of Copenhagen is pretty cool, but Christiania is definitely, you know, its own little place. So for me, it was definitely a trip to see, because, you know, it's different, and I think anyone where I'm from would just be, you know, outstanding to just see it, you know, skateboarding, and just, yeah, it's just a cool place, and everything's safe too as well. And I think that yeah, Christiania is definitely a place in my heart now too, you know.
Cool.
And, you know, the music and everything here too as well, and the venues and stuff, you know. So
it's nice here.
Yeah, Christiania is a spot,
Very
you know.
So now you're Christiania TV. That's also like, were you thinking that when you landed here in Denmark, would you think that you would be so into all of this, like really connect and get roots and
definitely, without a doubt, you know. I mean, I'm not a shy guy, you know. I mean, if you want to do stuff, you want to be there, you just gotta go out there and link, you know. And I mean, it's gone fast the last year and a half and whatnot, but, you know, I knew I would, and I've been here for a little while, but I definitely, you know, I couldn't wait till, you know, meet the people and get out here and play music. So I mean, that's definitely something I saw myself doing for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you ready to let us hear something?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to play a little set for you guys.
Yeah.
You know.
Cool.
Get this shit cracking. You know.
Let's do that.
All right, let's roll.
Let's roll. Very nice.
All right, right. Let's get the heat going.
DJ motherfucking hostile.
Bitch.
What's up?
Bitch. That old man.
got you. It's gotta be sharp shoot. Turn it up, let's go. Hey.
She full of surprises, I swear this bitch is shame. That's what I know. Sex on my mind all the time, and you think that that's your baby. You don't know the guy that's living a lie that you told him where you'll save me. What I know, if I'm cool as
The beats that got you, it's gotta be sharp shoot. Turn it up, let's go. Hey.
What? She full of surprises, I swear this bitch is shame. That's what I know. Sex on my mind all the time, and you think that that's your baby. You don't know the guy that's still alive, and she told him where you'll stay. That's what I know. If you cool and she satisfied, how come that bitch just paid me? You don't know.
Straight West Coast right there. Straight West Coast right there. That's how we ride. Straight West Coast right there. Straight
In my head. Yeah. Yeah. Far away from home, imagination roams. Everybody's wrong. Rewrote the song. Thoughts become action. Tell me what's happening. Wish your mind wrapped around. Wish your mind wrapped around. Psyche sabotage. Your Nikes need a job. Portraits in the fog. Filter out the smog. Information log. So fast the past recalls. You back the future stalls. Fade to black the present calls. Pull out some liquor, but the homies lost. But the homies lost. Pull out some liquor, but the homies lost. Gone away, I'ma make you stay in my head. Hella memory. Those voices in my head. Those voices in my head.
So cool, very cool. Let's sit down again and can have some water or something. Maybe a little bit hot DJing. So that was so dope.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Well, I didn't know I wanted to be abstract, but also like, you know, mixed with a bunch of different genres. So not just play something because, you know, I think I could DJ a lot of different kinds of music. But so I don't know. I hope people that like something different and abstract and, you know, something crazy like that. So that's
kind of a lot of what we experience here in Christiania. So that's really good vibe you sent us there. So what's your future plan?
Effects, you know, I was digging the effects on it and shit.
Oh,
shout out to Thomas and all the effects and all that, man.
Yeah, nice, very nice.
And all the camera crew here, man. Y'all getting like sick angles and shit. It's pretty tight, you know.
Yeah. So cool. Yeah. So your future plans with all of this? That's how.
Well, I mean, yeah, you know, I definitely want to build a lot more in, you know, the electronic music scene and a lot of techno and also like a lot of funk. I think I'm bringing a lot of that West Coast funk and unfortunately, I didn't get to really do a West Coast style funk set here. But like I said, I wanted to do something different. But I really think Copenhagen's lacking that, you know, new modern funk stuff, and I think it's blowing up. I think a lot of music's going back to being retro. So my plans is to do, you know, stuff like that. I think so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So, and you have played a lot of places here in Denmark. Can you tell us a little bit of what you have been experiences at the concerts and stuff like that?
Oh man, it's cool, man. You know, the crowds are, you know, always ready to go, and I mean, a lot of these venues are pretty cool and stuff, you know, and you know, shout out to all the ones I've been playing at, you know, and I think that you know, if you've been following me, you can see where I'm at, where I'm gonna go and stuff, and you know, it's been pretty cool, you know. I mean, I started off just doing a couple shows at some bars and stuff like that. So then to go into like the clubs and then, you know, more dance bars and then doing shows and stuff like that. So, you know, I think they're pretty cool. I think the nightlife here in Copenhagen is pretty cool, and, you know.
Yeah. Very nice. So we have another coming here tonight. You're his DJ producer, and you've been playing in here in Copenhagen in Rosbud.
Yeah, with David. Yeah, that's the homie right there. You know, I'm producing his tracks. You know, and you know, he's coming out with the EP. So we got, you know, some works, and I got some features on with a couple of homies back home in the States. And yeah, he's a cool dude. You know, he really reminds me of like ASAP Rock. You know, an old school underground style, like classic boom bap type style and shit. Got all these crazy words to say, and you know, really like takes it to the next level on saying other words. But you know, yeah, he's gonna do his set tonight, and you know, hopefully, you know, he tears it up like normally, you know.
Yeah.
I think so, and we're gonna get him out here or what?
Yeah, let's get him.
There he is, man.
Cool.
The rebel without a cause, man. Shadow man.
Without a cause, yeah.
What's up, big dog?
You having fun in here?
Yeah, man. You like it?
It's my
Was it cool or what?
Yeah, I like you, man.
All right, man. I was just trying to do some new shit, you know?
Oh, yeah, it was dope, man.
Fuck yeah.
It's always dope.
Oh, it's always dope, man.
Yeah.
You got some fire shit, you got some fire
Yeah,
shit.
well, I want to tell him about the EP and shit.
Oh, yeah, well.
Let's
Oh, yeah.
switch over then. Before we talk about the EP, let's talk about you, David. You're the shadow man, skyggemanden på dansk. Så eller med her. What have you been doing for as wise as music, and why you came into it, and what's your story?
I started like 4 years ago or something. I think it's 4 years ago. I was hanging with these guys who they were making like hip hop and rap and stuff, and I was like, that was cool, and I just want to be part of that. So I started writing, and they started like helping me get out with a little bit of it, and I've been like working with, I think OG's my sixth producer. So yeah, I've just been doing a lot of stuff around Copenhagen, and yeah, now we're working on this. What is 5 numbers?
Yeah, we got 5 coming out, and he has a track that's 8 minutes long, which is, yeah, it wasn't really a challenge, but you know, like it's definitely out of the norm for like, you know, a boom bash ish style of track, you know. So you know, which changes so much throughout the song too. So you know, yeah, the EP is I think it's gonna be pretty clean when it comes out. You know, I really dig working with them because he's just like, you know, he hits the studio and he just got this crazy, you know, computer mind that just remembers everything, and just sometimes he'll go and just do it in the first take, you know. And I'm always telling him, I don't know how he remembers all the lines, you know. I mean, that's why I stopped rapping, because it was like, what was the words again? So I fell in love with DJing more because it was just so much like easier. So I give a lot of credit to him for always just, you know, having so much, you know, crazy words in his vocabulary. And also, you know, he does everything in English, which I think is crazy because, you know, it's the amount of words that he knows that are pretty big is pretty crazy, you know. You go good together, you know. You're in sync when you go in the studio.
Yeah, man, it's been really nice working with OG. Like, it's been really hard, like rapping in English in Denmark. Especially when you are Danish, it's like people don't really approve of it, and why aren't you just rapping in Danish, and then I met OG, and he's just like, you gotta do that shit, man. So yeah, now we're hitting it, right? And it's gonna be like,
yeah, I think that's, you know, the exact words I used. You gotta do that shit, you know.
oh yeah, exactly. Like that was the worst. It was like, so yeah, I've got like, I put nine tracks or something out last year, and I'm hoping we'll put out this EP like within a few months, and
yeah, I'm hoping it
should start up with the next project. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely. Probably, you know, finish up the album so there's a full album on it, you know. But we got a lot of stuff also more in the works too, you know, and it's been cool working with David. I think it's just flown pretty well and stuff, you know, and you know, he could kill any beat, but I really feel like, you know, some of these beats that I made for him are definitely like the sound of him, you know, and where he's gonna go with his, you know, his music and stuff. So that's been pretty chill too, because you know you can produce a lot of music and stuff, and then you know you're trying to get it for people to sing on it, and you know, but you know, I've made a lot of tracks that were specifically for him, and some that weren't, and the way he just got on some of the tracks, I'm like, damn, you know, like, you know, he just it was for him, you know.
Yeah, cool. So David, the lyrics behind the music you do, what are the meanings with your music?
Oh yeah, I like to put like some themes into my songs. Like I work with maybe like 5-10 songs in a row where I put the same themes in it. Like let's say a Nordic mythology theme, or political theme, or religious theme or something. I'm really happy for religious themes, even though I'm actually atheist. But yeah, I like that. I like to read like a lot of religious stuff, and you gotta understand people. And yeah, I don't know, man. I just know a lot of words, and I like playing with it. And it's like it's calming. Like it's really nice to be writing. And I don't know, man. I just got this crazy mind sometimes. Like I just gotta put these words down, and yeah, I don't know.
I think so. You do, dog. You know, you do. It's like no one else.
I get obsessive about it. You know, like my mind can't think about anything else. I just need to write. Like and then suddenly I have like these 8 minutes long songs, and I'm really happy for OG to mention that. Like be willing to work with that as well, because.
That's a long track, you know?
Yeah, and I've actually straight up had a lot of producers say, no, we don't want to do that, you should chop it up, and where I've been like, well, fuck that shit, yeah, for one, and don't tell me how to do my music,
definitely.
If it fits together, it fits together, and starting to like, so I'm really happy for that, and OG has been like, whatever you say, man, I'll just do it, man, it sounds good, and I'll work away, and he just keeps coming up, and he's like, do you like this? And I'm like, well, I'm fucking fire, man.
Well, I think that's how I like to do a lot of stuff. That's why even like my DJ set would sound different, like, and I could do all kinds of stuff and do anything, but like, you know, once you start trying to box music in, I feel like it becomes unfun, and I feel like that, you know, all the music that I've done, I try to be creative, and that's why I like DJing so much, because, you know, you know, you can go a lot of places with it, but you know, when it comes to producing and everything, I hate the whole just, you know, it has to all be in line and stuff, and, you know, everyone's like, gotta have this and structure it, but, so for me, it was no problem to, like, let's do an 8-minute track. I mean, if I'm gonna make a techno track or other tracks, it's gonna be long, too, but I think that, you know, it's crazy how, you know, most people wouldn't want to go that long on a track, you know, and, you know, that's what I think David is crazy at, that he's just, you know, he's like no one else that I've met here in Denmark. Everyone has their styles and stuff, and a lot of people sound like a lot of other people sometimes, and, you know, we get our influences and stuff, but I think the only person I could compare him to is that underground cat, and all the cats know who I'm talking about is A$AP Rock. Not A$AP Rocky, you know, it's an underground cat, like, you know, but he's done his thing for a minute, and he always reminds me of him a lot of that dude and shit, so I like that he just wants to do something out of the box, you know, because I think a lot of music is sounding the same, you know. Which, yeah. Could get, you know, repetitive and shit, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, I always get told, like, you need to dumb it down or do like this, or why don't you try to sound a little bit like Eminem, or just fuck that shit, man. I just like making music, and I just do it for my own sake. I don't really care about making money or getting famous or any shit. I just like making music, and yeah. I think that helps it a lot as well, you know, like, I think most artists that leave in Denmark, they have this, like, inner dream of becoming the next Beyonce or
yeah,
Justin Timberlake or
well, it's changed a
Eminem
lot because it's like focus on social media. I remember when like you're DJing and you're rapping and stuff. Like everybody was trying to be a rapper, but especially back then, like if you were a DJ, you were really a DJ, And I think that everyone's like doing music for, not everyone, but there are a lot of people that are just doing music just to do it for likes or worrying, not necessarily that they only do it for that, but there's people that do that too. But then there's people that just focus more on that, and then you lose the creative process, I think, sometimes because you're just trying to like do what other people are doing and stuff. And I really don't like that too. I just want to feel it, and I just want to go out and do music because I love to do it. Wherever it takes me is crazy. But as far as like saying music has to be done a certain way or sound a certain way or do it because I'm gonna blow up, and I think that it's not the point of it. For me, it really centers myself too. And that I could always just feel like music's a passion. It's not like something stressful. So I think when you're getting out there, you're doing music, and especially if you're a rapper and you're trying to come up today, it could be surrounded in that type of atmosphere where you feel like the music that you're doing isn't this and that. And I can tell David, working with David is nothing like that. He came to me, he hit me up. He's been a solid dude, and like he's and I never just been like, yo. There's a lot of people that are just asking for free beats doing this, but he puts into his music. He really does put a lot behind his music, and I've seen him, and I'm proud to think that, like, I think that what I release with you will be a lot different than what you put out before, and I think will give you somewhat of another edge, So
yeah,
I think,
man, it's
some different flavor and shit than the normal, but he definitely has his sound, So as you'll see with this performance tonight too, and which isn't on the one song is from the EP that we're working on, and the other stuff is I think previous
stuff
stuff
released
we worked on
in December, like mid-December.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
are you ready?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Ready for your show?
Because I'm dying to hear.
Let's do it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm ready to go too.
Okay.
Right.
Gotta get
Are
my
you guys
thinking
ready?
cap on.
You have a mic?
Oh yeah.
I've been thinking, I've been losing my mind, I've been losing my sense, cause I've been thinking, so I've been tinkering with little projects that seems to be so much. Yeah, I ain't producing rockets, but I've been shooting for the moon, I just ain't hitting it, I can't seem to be forgetting it. I think I might be letting it get to my brains. Got I'm a mental from the saints. It's saying I'm in this transgressional sin. Seemingly out of order is the sinister within. So I'm breathing harder, I can feel the withering. Clash my spirits tight, see I ain't getting any farther. So without further delay, I let the spirits have their say. Mixing up a cocktail so intense and energetic that it leaves a contrail. It seems to be so dense that that's the way to convey my thoughts to your reality. I've been thinking, I've been losing my mind, cause I've been thinking, I've been losing my sense, cause I've been thinking, I've been thinking. Consider your last visit to the local library. Imagine knowing every word of the soul of lithography. I still can't phrase what I see in my inner holy sea. The debate concurrently what should become of we. It's spinning in my mind, it's rotating on the grind. So I've been trying to find the thoughts, the reasons or the words behind. But I might as well be blind. Might as well be numb to the touch. Mitigating this evolution seems excluded by the cost. Its misogynicity is mirrored in what is lost. So I'm invited Matilda to reach my metaphase. Meanwhile exploring and exploiting the mind's fractalities. Made medically divided and stored in my mind's... Oh, damn, it's done. Oh, but this done. Little baby girl, I don't know what you want. I'm standing in my door and I'm stoning again, and I don't really know what's happening. You say you're in love, but you're crying, and you're saying you're lost. God, you're dying, so you're taking a roll on the mystery dying. I'm stolen inside for those bright snake eyes to reveal to me while I remain paralyzed. See, a storm is scattered, yeah, the sky is white. All that's left for us to do is to step into the light. But are you really ready for us to dance all night? You said you had a fight, but that's to make it alright. And again, what's my inning? I remember our beginning, constantly drunk in high. It's how we prevented our sinning. Stakes were tough, zero chance of us winning, and yet you have proposed that we should be proliferating. You're such a beautiful sight when you fall alright. It seems you have forgotten why we had to say goodbye. See, I was rolling through the escape and I passed you by, and I was like, oh God, you're such an insidious light. I can see it in your windows, you're harboring pride. Before I disappear, I'll teach you how to fight. So stand up tall and show the world you're mine. You're stronger than you think, you'll remember that, right? So you say it's how we prevented our transformation, and you say it's how we mastered our destruction. But now you're ready for us to begin construction. I don't see how this would ever function. As I recall it, I've all rejected that notion. Yet you're striking sails to travel across the ocean. But baby, I'm the hurricane that'll leave you broken, stranded and soaking. So there's a reason to be hoping that this voyage will result in tales of gold and good. Cause baby girl, you see, I'm the man in the hood, hiding deep in the woods, robbing every young lady of her precious ladyhood. That's why I'm always at a club, shaking it down with a tiny buckle and tubs, right, loaded and strapped, and with a clap and a drop. So why are you standing at my door? I should call the cops. We'll know that won't happen though, cause baby girl's sexy as fox. It's such a beautiful sight when you fall alright. It seems you have forgotten why we had to say goodbye. See, I was rolling through the escape and I passed you by, and I was like, oh God, you're such an insidious light. I can see it in your windows, you're harboring pride. Before I disappear, I'll teach you how to fight. So stand up tall and show the world your mind. You're stronger than you think, you'll remember that, right? So is this the final scene? I can sense your distress as we're left to intervene. The chasm is too wide in between. The cost of building a new bridge has become too obscene. So we leave history behind. It's not a final fantasy, no, it was the final dream in all its glory and majesty. And here we are once again in the white space alone. It's hard to see how you've grown. I want to hold you as my own, but I know it would be wrong. This is where you don't belong. So instead of fucking you, I want you out of my home. I don't care how long you've been gone, cause I'm finally worn. I spent too much time being torn, maintaining on top of the tower. And I've chose my path, so I relinquish your power. A privilege which you abused worse than Hoover and Eisenhower. The minute turned sour, so I've been chasing, navigating the labyrinth like a minotaur. So once you get out of my shower, I guess you stay for 2 or 3 hours. It's such a beautiful sight when you fall alright. She got shades on, she's so shady. I guess she's a shades on kind of lady. The type of lady that I'm looking for lately. So I guess my shadow's on the proud baby. No reason to freak out, no reason to leave it at maybe. Cause I'm a shades on kind of man, looking for a fine time. I know you understand, sick of shades and signals, so come and pass me by. You're looking for a ride? I wanna ride, ride. You're looking for a ride? I wanna ride. Seldom seen, just a succulent, seductive lady. Observing her obfuscation occurring with latency. Visions of weathering winds and wings so leathery. Arousing and affecting the assessment of her trickery. You see, her moves are teasing as she's traveling slowly. Her light seems to bend and makes her figure seem shady. Her shadow seems to dance satiably and selectively, consuming the content that's as par for the course, of course. She's just carefully caressing, she's carefully assessing. With no indiscretion, she follows her instinct. She's trying to hide her intricacy, it's so elementary. Insulated by illusions intrinsic to our society. She's leaving little left, letting little speak softly. Errant yet erroneous, her elaborate legacy. Fucking little lady, let's grab a cab home to me. Cause she got shades on, she's so shady. I guess she's a shades on kind of lady. The type of lady that I'm looking for lately. So I guess my shadow's on the proud baby. No reason to freak out, no reason to leave it at maybe. Cause I'm a shades on kind of man, looking for a fine time. I know you understand, sick of shades and signals, so come and pass me by. You looking for a ride? I wanna ride. You're looking for a ride? I wanna ride. She ironclad while undressed, unforgiving and unholy. She's seeming stressed, scattered by her usury. She's seeming blessed, boasting about what she usually has to go through to get through to me. Descriptions of deviancy, depicting her decisions, damaging and deviously, revealing her reservations, relating oh so dearly to this here situation, like reading her diary. Maybe she's revealing her inner sides to me. She's serenading oh so skillfully. This concubine seems complete, constructed and conceptually, comforting the conquest as she convincingly convinces me. So caringly, so captivating, so she's sinfully indiscreet in her intention, dentured willingly, playing along, putting the shades on for me. Pure plateau shine, ready to be intertwined. Bright ground laced with minds, fun enough to illicit finds. Angelic deposit cries, face on unadjusted crimes. A diamond figurine, walking the edge of pressure lines. Lost in between, am I by everyone it would seem. Cold's hiding the gleam, so seeking the glow. Hidden behind the car, this world seems to move so slow. Look at that smile, it seems to make the world grow. The star of the show, the lady out of time, always walking the line, beating the edge break from the edge of the ledge, commanding the seats while commanding respect. The river sings and demons run when she rings, the weeping of the angels that carry her on wings. Only a human, but to really understand, Fingerleska singing for Santa Can. She got 10,000 dreams and 10,000 more. Always seek to understand the law, always studying aspects hardcore, always laboring hard, that's the rest that she saw. The embodiments that to ask them back and watch her song. Stand back and watch her song. Stand back and watch her song. Spectre up 9 circles, the embodiment of 7 virtues, marked by the hurdles, while hurting forward in a blaze, running to the end of days, running to the last light phase, to where the last compassion lays. Guarding her companions who never realize her actions, twisting the distorted space with a wide space and praise, shielding and protecting her love with a brightful essence, so that those that she loved can learn their own lessons. Never stated any conditions, never stated any reasons besides sticking to the mission of spreading the vision of a future based on cooperation, based on coextensial living instead of based competition, finding grounds for forgiving while never implicating the damage that's been caused, casually dismissing the scars. It's like she's been paused, perhaps ever reaching for a star. This universe is formed, it's supposed to find and shine from afar. This is from the new EP. So it's not even out yet, yeah? Oh, yeah, it started over. I got caught talking. See, I remember I was young, just a kid like everyone. Hanging on the streets, I didn't know what was wrong. See, my dad was gone, but I had my mom. Don't know how, but she has been so strong. Never felt like I belonged, so I was often alone. But this woman brought me up, all on her own. And it be set in stone, it's a fall I've grown. But I'm numb. You see, this madness is driving, yeah, it's mentally dividing. Terror's living inside me, I'm always trying to hide it. I'm so tired of fighting it, so I recall so many nights caught in endless fights, running from the creatures with shapeless features, insane and sadistic reapers reaping my soul, dripping acid through a hole while staked on a pole, drilling for what they stole as they took that toll.
The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings.
So I started acting up, stealing from the local shop. In school no longer gave a fuck, waiting for the other shoe to drop. Hanging on every block, gave a fuck for no cop. Hoping I would run out of luck so this life could stop. Inside, had no luck, too much time spent on pops. Too many public hookups, too much of the precious drop. Quickly learned to sell drugs, even got my own fucks. Got in fights like no props, life goes TikTok clocks. Just watch, quit block style dealing to break the profit ceiling. So much worse than stealing, yet there's no healing. No solution but concealing my emotional feelings. See, I was never sleeping, fearing the nights and the mass they ride. They still beside, but there's an end to light at every tide. So this is my confession, this is how I died.
The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings.
You see the end of the barrel more than once. So I've been smoking blunts by the ounce, trying to forget the bastards that's been put in the ground. But here's what I found. Feeling tree makes a lot of sound. Yeah, it screams in my head, it was gagged and bound. The cry is still a horn, oh God, it's so loud. So I'm stuck below the clouds. The forecast is rain and it's cloud my brain. I keep feeling it ain't, can't even change my lane. Stuck in this path, even found another plane. Resistance is in vain, so I lost a lot of dames. Every time I make gains, the demons return with the pain, leaving me paralyzed and practically lame. Just one out of this game. I know it sounds insane, but that's the one to blame. That's the way to explain this ongoing strain. It's just the mark of Cain.
The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings.
Man, I hope people out there like that. Oh yeah, fourth meat. Hope you care about politics. Have you seen the news today? I'm thinking what it must be like to write those articles every day. It's so obvious that they're all being paid. They call it a psyop when they're gearing up for war. Even Forces Bliss calling VP a fuck up. I wish they would shut up, but CIA's got enough fuck, and NSA's got enough trash to bury anyone with a fleet of trucks, destroying anyone who would try to resist, burying their lives as propagating as mist from European states as they enlist ghosts that really exist to protect us from this scenario. But no one resists to welcome to United States without borders. God damn, every man prepare for Uncle Sam coming to your lands with a gun in his hand, enslaving every continent. It's a brilliant plan, making everyone spend their oil as long as they can. Yeah, goddamn, every man prepare for Uncle Sam coming to your lands with a gun in his hand, enslaving every continent. It's It's a brilliant plan, making everyone spend their oil as long as they can. They can. They can. That's what it really It's imperial castles constructed in masses. Have you never wondered why there's never been a European commander in Brussels? The work of a nation in perspectivation, the work of a union, centralizing IQ in a central HQ located in the Benelux. The shit has me screaming at two as we fail to secure a future, defending our nations against these vultures coming ashore from across the ocean. I don't know how this doesn't raise emotion. Prepare for war is the only conclusion that can be made by a free-thinking human. We must prepare for the final solution. European flags waving across the unions. Goddamn, every man prepare for Uncle Sam coming to your lands with a gun in his hand, enslaving every continent. It's a brilliant plan, making everyone spend their oil as long as they can. Yeah, goddamn, every man prepare for Uncle Sam coming to your lands with a gun in his hand, enslaving every continent. It's a brilliant plan, making everyone spend their oil as long as they can. They can. They can. It's still legal a little bit, like very short time. But that was it. That was the set for tonight. Hope people liked it. Doesn't want to say a word, but I know he liked it. I know he liked it. We got left behind.
No, she's back. She's back.
Don't worry.
I ain't worried.
Don't worry.
That's water.
Shadow Man, huh?
Get this out.
Where's one? This one?
There.
Here you go.
I got water everywhere, man.
That last one, though, huh?
That was so dope.
I told you he has all these crazy words, man.
You liked it?
I told you.
You liked it?
Of course I liked it.
Oh, I'm glad, man.
Yeah.
I keep calling you man. I should say ma'am.
Dude, I'm a dude.
That's okay. It's,
Everyone in Denmark gets to like.
it's like Kelly style right now, so it's like dude, bro, whatever.
Dude, and
It's okay. It's cool.
homie.
I'm not the one to judge you.
Oh.
So, not like that anyways.
That's
So-
cool, man. You know, I think David, he's new, and I think his sets are, a certain way, but I see all the potential that he has, and I think we're gonna really, really have a new set when we put out the EP. For sure, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
One of them was on there though too. It was real clean there.
That was me probably.
Where's my water?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, I'm still working on it, man. I got like a 36-hour notice for this.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so sorry, but I'm so glad that you could come here
We're
here
glad
tonight.
to be here. We're really glad to be
If
here.
you do it, just come and do it.
Yeah.
You could have called me a couple hours before, and I still would have probably ran over and did it.
Yeah.
You could have called me this morning, and I would have been like, "Fuck it, let's do it."
This is why you do it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely.
I've always never. You should just be ready to go. So I feel that in my heart.
Can't just sit there and talk about it. I'm not prepared. Maybe next time. I'm still not prepared. Maybe next time. I'm still not prepared. I just fucking do it.
Yeah, I think for especially rapping and doing that stuff, it's definitely different than like let me just DJ real quick. It's a lot different, But yeah, David, his vocabulary is crazy on there. I swear to God, he probably could say more crazy English words than I could, dude. Seriously though, but yeah, I think it's cool. I like what he does,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
Shadow Man,
to hear more in the future about
He's
your
working
work.
with Raw Man too, right?
Oh yeah.
We got a lot of features from him. I got like 3 people from my hometown and shit back in Cali that are gonna be on this album, so that should be cool too, Some new people for him to work with that are outside of
There's gonna be like 6 people on that project. There.
Wow.
There's 6 artists now, right?
Go mix it up.
Where's these 3 other ones?
Yeah, well, there's you, there's me, there's those 3 guys, and they're.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Anyways, well, is there anything else you'd like to say to Christiania, the people that's looking? Where can we find you? Where can we
definitely
go follow you?
You know, you could always follow me on Facebook, OG Hostile, HOSTILE. You know, and Instagram, OG Hostility, and you know, my YouTube channel is just OG Hostile too, and I got all kinds of stuff on there and different raps I've done and a lot of DJ mixes and stuff, and I'm gonna be coming out with a lot more. So I think I'm mostly putting out on YouTube and stuff, and I got other projects in the work coming out, and I just released a drum and bass track too, which is on my YouTube channel. So if you really want to catch my music, I've been gearing it a lot towards YouTube, but I'm gonna be getting a lot more on Spotify and stuff with another project. So, but yeah, I think that, you know, you want to catch me on YouTube, and you're on YouTube mostly too, right?
I don't even have an artist page, man.
I got a SoundCloud, but I've been gearing everything towards YouTube. So I hope that who's ever listening tonight comes and sees the rest of the stuff I have, because I have a lot of different, you know, mixes out, DJ mixes out. So, you know.
Yeah, you can find some of my stuff, like the old guys like I used to play with, Metanoia. That's their YouTube channel. I think I have 6 or 7 tracks on that, and then you can look up my own channel, like Umble Visions is called. I think there's another like 10 tracks, 12 tracks, or something like that. And yeah, in the future I will focus on putting stuff on like Spotify, all those streaming services. That's everything from here will be available everywhere, basically.
Apple Music.
Apple Music, man.
I got mixes on Mixcloud too and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, YouTube's
but it's like F word, man.
But I love everyone from Christiania, you know. So that's what I gotta say to the people out in Christiania too, watching this tonight. You know, you guys are crazy, man. You guys are super cool.
Yeah.
So I think that you know, hopefully you guys liked what I did tonight, and you know, it's definitely was an abstract DJ set, you know, and I hope you guys also like Shadow Man too. You know, I'm pushing them to go out more, and I just say do it. You know, people are gonna either love it or they're not. But when you love to do it, I think people will see that you know, wow, he loves what he does. You know, and David really does solely do it just to do it because he wants to do music, and I think that's the beauty of music in general. Is for me personally, you know. So, you know, it's just the love of music behind it. You know.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I always did too. It wasn't even, social media wasn't even out yet, you know, when I was doing stuff too. So, you know, you can care less about that, you know. It was just, I mean, you never thought you were going to blow up and be on the radio. You just wanted to go out and just do some music and, you know, go to the clubs and stuff, you know. Oh, there we go. That's my latest track. That's a drum and bass track too, though. That's, you know, I wanted to put it out. I wanted to put it out too because, you know, there's a lot of riots and stuff going on and stuff, and I just wanted to give like people who were writing some like a theme song for them so they could.
we actually gonna close the evening with that.
That's with my boy too, Macaleer. You know, he helped me make the whole track together. Like we did it. That's definitely a dual project that we did together. You know, so you can check his YouTube channel too out, Macaleer on YouTube. But you know, he's my boy. We've been producing the stuff, and we got a whole thing that we're working out together too as well too. And you know, he's been a really good friend to me here, and you know, he couldn't make it here tonight, but you know, I think that he's been it's just been a real solid dude since day one, and just a tremendously talented person as well too. That I'm always, you know, like we gotta get stuff out there and we do it, you know, and I think they like that about me though too. It's just you know, respect the hustle and the grind, and just putting the music out too, you know. So I hope everyone likes the track. If you like drum and bass, and it's kind of hybrid too though, so it's definitely, you know, I wouldn't say you're, you know, average sounding drum and bass track, you know, and it's the first one we've put out too. So and I'm super proud of it too. So I hope everyone digs that shit too, and you know, tons of more stuff on my YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well,
This maybe our final words for
yeah,
tonight.
really, I want to say thank you for inviting us here, and like, it's been a really cool evening, or cool setting, and
the pleasure's on.
yeah.
Mine,
We're really glad
Mine too,
you guys asked us to come here.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the last words is I love being in Denmark. It's a great place, especially Copenhagen, and you gotta give big shout out to all the guys here too, this camera crew and the guys who make Christiania happen at the radio station and also here at the TV station, and it's such a cool place too that people could just come up to and just give them an outlet to show their stuff too. So
of course. So thank you, and thank you for tonight. In Danish. Tak for i aften. Det var alt det vi havde for i dag. Vi ses igen om 2 uger cirka, som vi jo nok er igen klokken 10:15 på live tv med noget nyt og spændende. Vi ses der. Og så har vi selvfølgelig videoen.
Look at that. I love it. Look at it.
plus 10.